What's going on, y'all? And welcome to Reality TV, where we're serving up all the reality TV. And I got one of my favorite people from the $1 Million Secret Season 2 cast with me, and he happened to be the winner. That's why I got on my money green.
Hey,
Nick in the building. What's up, Nick?
Jamie, what's going on? Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time. I was like, let me know when you're free. You're like, let's do it today. I'm like, you know what? Let's make it happen because my
Yeah,
guy might be on a yacht tomorrow. We don't
no,
know.
not even like that. I just know we've been going back a little bit, back and forth a little bit, and I want to get on as quick as possible for you.
No,
Uh,
I love it. Oh my gosh. So first of all, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on winning the million on $1 Million Secret Season 2.
Thank you. I appreciate you big time. It seriously could have went a lot of different ways, but grateful for the way it played out and grateful for just having a bunch of awesome people in my life and supporting me. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to talk about that because I noticed that I feel like last season's winner on our season one, Cara, and you kind of had that in common. You have a lot of familial support. So how do you feel like that played a part in giving you a foundation for the win?
Yeah, well, it's truly been like super eye-opening. I mean, I know I've always been blessed with having awesome people in my life, friends, family. But yeah, just the amount of support I've received since the show has come out, even as it was coming out before people knew the finale, because I told nobody except for like my immediate family, like mom, dad, sister, like pretty much no. I think that's and obviously production and cast, some cast members. I don't know if I get in trouble saying that, but those were the only three people on paper in the world that knew the outcome. So people were even supporting in the first apps, just like saying how they were tuning in, and that's been awesome. And then, yeah, I guess I'm more of like how it helped during the actual show. I would say like it's easy to like one of the biggest things going on the show is like at first when you sit from your couch, you're like, look at this idiot. Like, why is he caring about these people? He just met them like a week ago. But like you guys trauma bond together. I'm sure you experienced it with your cast, and like all those emotions are so real. And you do like strangers become family pretty quickly in the stag. And like, uh, I would say there is like a morality like dilemma that kind of like comes up in your head a lot during play because most of the people that go on these shows are like good, genuine people with integrity that like don't lie, cheat, and steal in their everyday life. So it's a different experience. You know you're signing up for it. You try to prepare yourself for it. But there's definitely times where I was like, all right, like know that you're doing this for your family and people back home. Like they forgive you for whatever you got to do here at the stag. So just keep your head in the game here. Focus on the people back home. Um, yeah, just kind of helps you through some of the harder times in the house.
No, you're right. It's good to have that anchor too. And I love it because you were like, I put that on my family's life, ain't it?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, but you know
I've
what?
yeah.
I'm not even mad. Like,
Yeah, I swear on my grandpa's cross, I'm still wearing it right now. I mean, for all my grandpa's dead, so he's an ambitious man. I mean, he came from Italy from humble beginnings. He would have been saying the same shit in order to get that bag. So he's cool with it. I know he is.
no, I love the energy because some people were like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. I was
Yeah,
like, you know, this is $1 million, right? I'm pretty
right.
sure everybody involved is like, yeah, do what you got to do, Nick, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not something I would normally do in the outside world, but it kind of just came out and went with the flow. I don't know. I
You
was just
know,
in flow state.
I love it. You nailed it. I thought it was perfect. It was so great. And when you said that, it lightly reminded me of a moment that I wish I had had in the stag. Because for those of us who didn't go home with a million, I think there's one thing that always weighs heavy on us that, oh, if I just would have said that one thing or did this one thing. And I
Right,
remember on my elimination dinner on episode 7, I really, if I had been a little more emotionally balanced at the time, I was exhausted for fighting for my
right,
life. But I really would have probably put that on Cara, like, okay, you only got one sister, put that on your dad's life. Because
right.
that's something, it's so heavy in conviction. And if you're soft, you toggle with it, or at least you get a moment of it. But
Yeah.
when you said that, I thought of that. I was like, maybe that wouldn't have been such a cruel thing to say.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it is so emotionally wearing, the whole experience. Like,
Yeah.
it is. You get so tired of the cameras, tired of having to lie all the time, tired of having to think of other people's stories and stuff. You're just juggling a lot of things, and there's no familiar faces. And again, they treat us so well. Production and cast care takes care of us, but like you don't get to eat on your own time. You don't get to rest on your own time. You barely get to like, I don't know, there's no routine. All your routine's thrown out the door. So it's kind of like fight or flight mode the whole time.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people, I don't like to separate the fans from the people on the show too much because we're
Right.
all oddly in the experience together. But
Yeah.
I think that's something that is good to mention because people have got to realize like we are in an unfamiliar environment around a bunch of people we didn't choose to be around, right? You get to
Mhm.
choose your friends, you know who your family is, but now you're in the
Right.
house and you got to make friends with people that you may have never even met in normal
Right.
life or even crossed paths with. So contending with that, trying to win the money, trying to keep your life straight, having to be quiet in between takes,
Yeah.
winning challenges. It is
Yep.
like your brain is constantly doing this thing that is very abnormal.
Yeah. No, it's nonstop.
Well, we got a familiar face in the chat. Let me see.
Tarek.
Tarek in the building.
Don't know nothing about chop, Tarek says.
And then he put, that's my winner.
Let's go.
I
Tarek, you the
love that.
man. Appreciate you,
Tarek,
brother.
shout out, much love. We
Shout
wanted to
out.
see so much more of you, Tarek.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when it comes, so who was your favorite person in the house besides you, Miko? Because baby, the
Hey.
way she held you down, I was like, I even told her myself, I was like, girl, is he gonna give you a tip?
Yeah, no, Miko, that's baby mama. Miko,
That's
she
baby
my
mom.
princess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I still haven't gotten paid or anything like that, but
Yeah.
yeah, she'll we'll take care of our people. But I mean, I am so grateful for the whole cast in totality. It's crazy how, like you said, it is an array of different types of people of all ages, of all backgrounds, of all areas, geography wise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, it is like, I mean, everyone kind of has their like corners and their social norms, I guess. So it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely cool that like they throw you in a house with all different people like that you might not be used to talking with, let alone like having to lie to, and you never know what kind of personalities you're gonna get. But all in all, like I love the cast that we got, and yeah, there's a few individuals that like Yumiko and Hunter definitely made my stay like as comfortable as possible. Like, obviously, it's a weird traumatic situation, so you do tend to, like, gravitate towards people that make you feel comfortable and people that, like, you just like being around or, like, that maybe remind you of home or, like,
Mm-hmm.
outside of the
Mm-hmm.
stag. But everyone and, like, some of my best friends have come from the show, so I'm super grateful for it.
I believe that. I love it. So, did you watch season? So, I want to talk about like how you got into the stag.
Yeah.
What was the process? Like, how did you get on the show in the first place?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched season 1, I was a fan. I mean, I always been, like, kinda entrepreneurial and risk-taking, and, like, I realized I made a conscious decision that I wanted to go on a reality TV show.
Oh, okay.
And well, they did. I used to mess around, like just post some random reels, never like crazy on Instagram, but enough that I guess casting people had reached out and they kind of put this possibility into my head. And so I interviewed for a couple of different shows like Love Island and Too Out to Handle and Big Brother. I actually just got like a 2 year ago today memory of my interview with or my first just recorded a little like intro for Big Brother. So I was like trying to do the thing for like a little bit and would go and would be back and forth with casting directors. None of them ended up working out. And then I would hit some of them up. Like I don't know who your people were, how much I'm allowed to say, but like Olive and Moira were the people that helped me out and they're awesome. And so I'd keep up with Olive every like couple months, be like, keep me in mind if you have any shows you think I'd be a good fit for. And then $1 Million Secret is the one that landed.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, your story is kind of similar to mine. Like, I
Yeah.
got a chance to chat with Casey, and hers was super random. Like, she wasn't even expecting to getting it, not of this world, not of anything in the TV world, and just it landed in her lap. But you and I have a similar thing where we had tried out for different shows, and
Yeah.
casting happened to have my info, and they were like, "Hey, well, what about this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then it landed. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my God. So when you watch season one, um, what did you think of it, and how did observing our gameplay give you a strategy, if it did at all? Like, what were you thinking about it?
Yeah, well, I think one of the big differences is, well, you guys just had truly no idea what to expect going into it.
Oh,
Like you guys said, I said, what? I mean, I'm curious. I know you just asked me a question, and I'll touch on it. But what was in your like? You guys knew what were you given? You knew it was a deception game with a prize of $1 million. Is that
um,
it?
that was it. We knew
Yeah,
nothing. When Peter came down on the stairs and we all had our champagne,
yeah,
innocently looking and smiling at each other, that was the first time we
yeah,
learned anything. We hadn't even, and you know how it goes. Like, guys, they blindfold us. So
yeah,
a lot of people ask, is this show scripted? Is this?
yeah.
No,
Hell no.
production does a very good job of keeping everything very real and authentic. So we knew nothing. And then Peter came down and kind of started to tell us. So, I hope that people give us grace, because they're like, well, why did they do this? And why did they do that? You're like,
Yeah,
you guys, we don't know. We're doing the best we can. Like, we have no
yeah,
idea. We wake up every day, we start eating breakfast, and then Peter comes and ruins our day with
yeah,
some type of wild thing that we have to
yeah.
do. The first day we got there, it was like we did everything, whatever. They told us what was going to happen, the money, whatever. Then they're like, you guys are about to be chased by dogs, and you got
Yeah,
to
that was
put the
your
game. We're
first
like,
challenge.
no.
Yeah.
I was terrified. So it keeps you on your toes.
For sure.
Nobody knows what they're doing. But yeah, you guys did have that gift of kind of seeing at least a little bit of the gameplay, a little bit of what to expect. Um,
Yeah,
and that
so
was an
for
advantage.
yeah, no, 100%, and I'll talk on that, but just to, yeah, give everybody a sense, yeah, they gave us the same information. It's some deception game. They said it was gonna be a new season on Netflix, or new show altogether on Netflix, up until, like, a week before we went. So then, like,
Mhm.
a week before, they were like, "Alright, it is $1 Million Secret," or yeah, I think they did, yeah, they definitely did tell us before. I think I remember, like, looking through, like, the contract I got, like, a few weeks before, and, like, seeing it filmed in Canada. Then I was just, like, being the nosy guy that I am, and, like, looking up shows that are filmed in Canada, and, like, found, and I was like, "It's definitely $1 Million Secret." But, yeah, they didn't officially tell us, like, a week before, so, and I'm sure everyone was kinda studying the first season a little bit as much as they can. They definitely try their best to switch things up, and I think the biggest difference that just changed, I think it made it hard on production too, is that everybody came in with all these, like, lies, and they don't even show everybody's lie, but I promise you, almost everybody had at least one lie they were prepared to, like, ride or die for, in fear of, not in fear, but in preparation of, like, down the road, if they have the money and a clue comes out about them, they can be like, "Dude, I've been telling you guys the whole time, I only have one sister, not two," or, like, something like that, just because of, like, how Kara's sister lie went, and I think Sam's, like, occupation lie. Yeah, people were lying about jobs, people were lying about the number of kids they have, the number of siblings they have, their ages. I don't know if I forget what's exactly shown in it, but yeah, Alfie lied about his age. I remember by like 15 years for some reason. Yeah,
I
I
love
could have,
that.
and everyone be saying like, "Yo, why would you say you were 99, baby?" But like, I already said that. Like, I
Yeah.
already said that to so many people that I was 27, and like, because people do like do little interrogations that don't all get put in the film. So like,
Yeah.
you got to try to remember what you said, because the worst thing that could have happened to me in that situation was get caught telling a lie, and then be like stuttering, and like be like, "I'm 2000," or "I'm 98." But then someone's like says this, and like, obviously, like, the better you are under pressure, and like having a story and being able to think on your feet, like, I could have maybe got away with it. But like, there was already three people I think that said they're 99, so I was like, all right, at least there's like a bunch of other people, but like, I am born in 99. I don't know, I could have told a lie, but if I said 98 and then got caught lying, it's a wrap.
That's what, I see that too a lot in the comments. Like, why are they on this game and telling the truth? And it's kind of
Yeah,
like, you guys have to think about it. You guys had 14 people on your cast. We had 12. If you think that they are bringing a bunch of dummies, whether Lauren
yeah.
G says so or not, if you really think these are a
House of dummies.
house of dummies, it's so not. Everybody is so sharp. And you
Yeah,
can tell when someone's lying. And then, like you said, you say 2000, and then in one conversation, all of these conversations happen, and you don't know who's talking behind your back to be like, wait, well, Nick told me this, or when were you born? What month? What? And then somebody start doing the
yeah,
math. You're screwed.
exactly.
Like, you're
Yeah,
just out of
because
there based off of,
people will be interrogating, especially early on. Everyone's trying to like gather everything they can. And there's also a part where like you think you're gonna come in like super like calculated and like closed off with the information you give, and obviously you try to, but then you just meeting people, you're
yep.
excited, you're on camera, like you got good, the chef's coming out with like an awesome dinner, you got some champagne going around, and all of a sudden you're like giving your life story and like becoming best friends with everybody. You're just excited to finally like see everyone, get out of the hotel, and like just do the damn thing and like see who everyone is. You do kind of, it's easy to forget in a conversation, get carried away.
Baby, I forgot every time because I like to kick it. I throw parties. I
Yeah,
like to kick it.
yeah,
I'm that girl. So I'm just kicking it at that point because you're right. Everybody's cool. You're getting to
yeah,
know people. You're eating good. You're in this incredible space. You're playing a game, but you're also like cool
yeah,
people. Like, what's
exactly.
up with you? How are you? And you're building this
Yeah,
rapport while you're there.
100%.
It's so much fun. So, what do you think? Let's say, like, what do you think in your life has prepared you for $1 Million Secret, and not only being on the show but setting you up for the win?
Yeah. I mean, I would say one of the major skills like that I knew I was gonna lean on was just like being able to stay cool under pressure and like being able to kind of just be adaptable and think on my feet.
Mm,
I would say, I mean, I've always like done well in school, but like I also am just like a procrastinator, like kind of left things the last minute or just always be finessing by in school and where my parents and friends were like, dude, how does this kid just pull
yeah,
this shit off every time?
we
Like,
have that in common.
yeah, he acts like he doesn't care all the time and then scrambling last minute. I don't know why he puts all this pressure on himself, but somehow it kind of works for him. And so I think that just being that is that type B, right? Type of person, like my whole life, even though I'm on top of my shit, I'm hardworking, like I'm ambitious, but like I don't know, sometimes I just leave shit to last minute to finesse. And I think that translated well. And I would say just like emotional intelligence, like being able to read the room and read people, which I think just comes from being social my whole life or like
Yeah.
wanting to like make people laugh or like entertain people or make people feel comfortable. And just talking to, I was a pretty, I guess, like outgoing kid, like in high school and college, like talk to all sorts of different people. Not to say I'm like the loudest or anything, but like I do just like to chop it up with like as many different types of people as possible.
I love that. You know how to work a room. I had a brunch party that I did every third Sunday for 6 years, all over
Hey,
LA, and it was called Chop It Up because that's what we do.
hey, that's
Chop it up
awesome.
Sundays.
Yeah, I be saying that all the time. Chop it up.
We just be chopping it up.
Yeah,
It's nice to be able to work a room. So I love that.
yeah.
Um,
What about like you? Did you have kind of specific experiences or skills that you were like, this is gonna help going into a deception game? Obviously, you had less information about the show than I did.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I do. I operate a lot like you. I got good grades in school. I was able to do the thing, but I was doing my homework on the bus. Like,
Yeah, yeah, same.
like, can we I was so uninterested, but I was very social.
Yeah,
So I've always been that way. I moved to New York. I told you I did a lot of parties in LA. I put together a group it was essentially influencer marketing before influencer marketing had a name. So
right.
it's just like I've always been that person in the mix. So that was one thing. I don't have a problem getting along with people. And then the other thing, even though I know a lot of people found it was hard to believe,
Mm,
I life coach, I self mastery coach because I've been
yeah,
through a lot of things and I'm
yeah,
extremely inquisitive and I read a lot. So I'm always looking for human behavior fascinates me.
same.
So when I'm in the house, I'm smelling things, I'm hearing things, some stuff is making me itch. I'm like clocking all of this
Yeah,
stuff around me, and that's what I use to help me navigate. I really didn't have anything else because, like you
yeah.
said, we didn't know anything.
No, I can tell you're super just like good with the crowd, and you're funny and well spoken, and yeah, you're just an entertainer.
Thank you. Yes, it's just fun. And not everybody has it. And like you said, you don't have to be the most outspoken, but people, like be a people
Yeah,
person. It
100%.
brings a lot of value. Another one of our values that I saw, because you were Mr. USA. What's that about, by the way?
Yeah, I mean that's also super random and new, but
Yeah,
I'm just yeah trying to. I mean, any opportunity that comes my way, I'm trying to just run with it and put myself in kind of discomforting situations and just see if
that's
anything
so
comes of
good.
it. But that's literally a beauty pageant in Las Vegas. Like with there's 50 contestants that represent each state, and someone wins Mr. USA. And I'm not overly concerned about the outcome or anything, but I'll put my best foot forward and yeah, just meet cool people from all around the country. And I mean, a beauty pageant that's new to me for sure, but whatever, dude. I don't know. Can meet some model agencies and meet some PR people and meet some cool people and get a free trip to Las Vegas. But I also don't, I don't want to downplay the opportunity either. It's a super cool organization, and grateful for them giving me the platform to just express myself and I don't know, just experience something new.
I love that. I love your posture towards it all because I tell people, what's for you won't miss you. And you seem to be in a really heavy, magnetized season where the things that are meant for you are coming your way. But you also
Hmm.
have to say yes. You also have to be willing to be
Right.
uncomfortable. And,
100%.
so I just love that you're in that space because you're going to keep winning, whatever it
I,
is.
I appreciate you saying that big time. And yeah, it's a good point. I mean, yeah, I think all growth like comes with discomfort, and like change is never easy. And that's why people kind of go doing the same thing, even if it's not perfect, but it's not like too bad or too painful where they want to deal with change. Because sometimes people would rather be in or most of the time they'd rather be in a maybe pretty okay or like even like not that great situation
Yeah.
than to venture into something where it's totally uncertain. Because I think humans just have a tendency to like seek out certainty or like avoid the unknown.
Yeah, predictability, comfortability.
Yeah.
And I'm somebody who avoids that too, which yeah, also helps on the show. I remember I was living in California and I was just like, I just want something different. I'm gonna go on the other side of the continent. So I
Hmm.
picked up my stuff and I moved to New York.
Yeah.
I was gonna visit. I was supposed to be there 5 days.
Yeah.
And I didn't have friends and family there. I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna get uncomfortable. Like I throw myself in uncomfortable situations to be like, girl, grow, see something new, get present, meet somebody. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think that's one of the more badass and like more uh rewarding traits you can have. And like yeah, some people are born with it a little, but others got to understand like you have the full capability to do so too. It just like comes with like some anxiety, and like everyone feels that same like imposter syndrome, but you just kind of got to fake it till you make it, baby. Just run with it.
Just run with it. And it's funny because I shared, right before Lauren gave me one of her required hugs, I was sharing one of my favorite quotes, which was, fear is excitement without the breath. So sometimes we think it's anxiety and I can't, but it's like, baby, just breathe, open
Yeah.
up, give yourself some
Hey,
room.
yeah, that's cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I think that's a Robert Heller quote or some doctor, but either way, I always think of that when I feel overwhelmed with anxiety because I know I'm about to do something real different. I start breathing and I'm like, okay, girl, you're just
Yeah,
excited. You're just excited. Like,
right. No, it's super cool because they are similar. There's a lot of overlap for and yeah, fear and excitement is kind of just how you approach it.
hmm it's all that energy. So I saw in that article that you put, you have the mission of achieving greatness, enjoying your life, staying grounded, and being authentically yourself, which I absolutely love that combination. We're talking
Mhm.
about it now, winning combination. So have you had any obstacles that you've had to overcome in any of those verticals or combining them that, kind of that you've had to overcome or kind of get over?
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, wait, which article? Just it doesn't matter, but
The Mr.
yeah,
USA.
yeah, I had a
Mhm.
feeling because I remember talking about that, and I didn't want to be too repetitive, but um, yeah, I just think like a lot of people separate work from play these days, or like they have like different personalities for like different groups, or like I all the time get thrown. I mean, between this show and like Perfect Match, like and sometimes I let myself be like put into this certain archetype of like whatever, maybe like kind of frattier, like playboy type dude or whatever. But like, I think everybody has a lot of layers to themselves, and like sometimes if I let that archetype get too much of a hold, I feel like nobody's gonna listen to me if I like talk about books or like intellectual stuff. But like, I think just the more yourself you can be, like the more opportunity, like exactly like what you said, the more like magnetic you become, like at work, outside of work, because it's all one thing. Like you're just like you're a multifaceted person. I think the more in touch with that you become, the more just interconnected all the aspects of your life become. And I feel like that's a recipe for success, or at least enjoying the ride,
Enjoying the ride. Can we enjoy the ride? Do we don't
right?
not have to be adults and stop enjoying the ride. Like, what?
Exactly. Exactly. Like you can be ambitious and still like mess around with your friends and like have fun.
Yeah, freedom and fun, those are my main 2 pillars in life. I refuse to allow
Nice.
life and adulting to it doesn't have to be so serious,
Right. Yeah, no, I
you
love that.
know?
Freedom and fun.
Freedom and fun. I have a magic wand by my bed. I be walking around here like,
Hey,
"What are we doing?" You know?
hey, like Wanda, Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, exactly. So I love that. And I really love that for you because you understand something, a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people don't get because I think they can feel that. And, for me, a lot of my clients, like as a self mastery coach, I find myself sharing a lot of the things that you just shared and helping people understand that they don't have to compartmentalize and that life can be fun, who you are at work. I mean, like you said, there's places and spaces where certain aspects of you will shine or be
Right.
highlighted differently. But at the end of the day, I don't want to perform something I'm not
Hmm.
here and then go here and do it. It just gets, at the end of the day, you forget who you are, what you want, where you want to be. And that is what causes, in my opinion, like depression. You're
Yeah.
suppressing your soul because you're trying to like be in all these boxes. Like, box for what?
No,
Be you.
100%. I think, yeah, it's just ironic because I think the more authentic you are to yourself and like the less you care what other people think, like the more people actually are drawn to you, and the more obviously you're gonna have people that they don't like you or whatever, but like if yeah, the least you kind of value their opinions, the more people tend to kind of be inspired by you, I think.
Yeah, and people are wired to gravitate towards realness, and this has
Yeah.
everything to do with Million Dollar Secret too. Because I was talking to Sydney, and she was like, Sydney from season 1, shout out
Yep.
to my girl.
Hey,
Um,
we love Sydney.
we love Sydney. And she was like, well, I was just gonna go in there and be the bottle service girl and da da da. I was like, girl, nothing about you smells dumb blonde bottle service. I'm like, people clock that
Yeah.
really quick when you're not being yourself. There's no way you could have pulled that off. You're too smart. You
Yeah.
got a lot going on, girl. We can see it.
Yeah.
That wasn't gonna work. So yeah, that's good. I love it. So you mentioned something about books. What are some of your favorite books? Or at least your top one or one that you've read multiple times that you live by?
Yeah. I mean, there's some I kind of need to remind myself maybe with a list or something, but like Atomic Habits is like a classic. It's like pretty cliche or whatever, but it's one of my favorites. It was one of the first like self-help type books that I read, and it kind of just shaped further reading, I would say.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I do a lot of like self-help and like social books. I also do just like old stories I like a lot, like some of the classic ones. Like I just read um I'm blanking, but the one where they burn all the books. I remember I read it in school, but some of those classic ones you read in like English class, like Lord of the Flies, I remember I read and I read like relatively recently in the last 2 years. They just made a show on Netflix about it.
I know, I
Um,
gotta watch.
yeah, no, that looks cool. I'm literally looking at, I barely have read it, but I'm literally looking at 1984, George Orwell right here on my
Okay.
desk. I don't know. What would be some of your favorite books? I'm kind of blanking on the more like
Oh no, that's a
self-help ones.
yeah, Atomic Habits is good. I it's so funny because me and my brain, I half read it, didn't read the whole thing, which was not
Yeah.
very Atomic
No, it's
Habit of
okay.
me. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Sometimes you don't, if you get the gist from something, like I think we a lot of times like think you have to finish something you started, even if it's not serving its purpose.
Yeah, and I just eat off of the ideas a little bit, but I still think there's a big part of me that'll probably function in my own way. As long as I get the stuff done, I probably won't be up at 5 every morning, but there's that.
No, me too. I'm never I'm not like that either, but it helped be like more cool with the fact that like not everything happens at all at once and that like it's just like a gradual, even though this has been everything but gradual the last like month of my life. But like I said, I was trying to get on a show for years, so I don't know.
So it's like, all compounding, and we'll talk about that. But since we asked about a book, I'll share. And so, those of you who are watching, I always tell everyone to read this book, but The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. Michael A. Singer is one of my most favorite authors. He has Bob Proctor vibes, but he has his own vibe. But
Mm,
The Untethered Soul, it just really gives you a clear picture about oneness, I would say, because sometimes our minds go on and on about what we can't do or why are you doing this or whatever the mind chatter is. And he just paints this beautiful picture about how you are not your mind, you are the observer of your
yeah.
thoughts. So once you can kind of understand that chatter that goes on that comes from all of these places and spaces and experiences and your ego and all that, they don't have to drive your life
Hmm.
if you don't want them to.
Yeah. No, 100%. And then, yeah, I've seen that theme in books. Like the Power of Now is a book I remember I read,
Mhm.
and I feel like it's kind of similar in that sense. And it's just like, um, I don't know. A lot of people live in like worrisome of the future or regret of the past, but like those are like all three different things. Like you can't even be in the present if you're living in either of those.
Yeah, and so much of our life is conditioned that way,
Yeah.
and we mistake it for wisdom, and then it
Right.
just ain't it. It's not it, and we kind of have to fight for it a little bit, you
Yeah.
know?
And obviously, like building and bettering yourself like takes time and like you can make sacrifices today for a better life later. But like if at a certain point, like if you sacrifice the present like eternally or like infinitely, then like you never get to enjoy any of it.
No, and between the two of us, we're not doing that. Um,
Yeah.
we deserve so much more. So I love that. And let's talk about that. You touched on it, but it does kind of feel like everything's happening all at once for you. What a journey. So how are you feeling? How are you balancing and managing? Like, is it
Yeah,
overwhelming? What's going
definitely.
on?
It's
Hmm.
definitely overwhelming, but like uh the biggest feeling I feel from it is just gratitude. That's number one. But like, yes, there are just I also feel like there is this window of opportunity right here that I'm trying to maximize on as much as possible. And there's just a bunch of different facets of like keeping up with cast from both of these shows and trying to make as much content with them and just engage with an audience while also like showing personality and like relating to people so that like they have an idea of who I am just outside of shows, trying to keep up with like brand outreach, both inbound and outbound. And like I've been talking to like agencies with that for potential help with it. Filming actual content. I mean, making money, my own business that I still run. So it's definitely a lot of juggling, keeping up with people reaching out and like thanking or just congratulating me and or saying they enjoyed me on the show. or either of the shows. And yeah, I mean, again, the main thing is gratitude, but it definitely is overwhelming, and not in a like I feel like I can't handle it sense, and just like I want to capitalize on it all as much as possible.
Yeah, those are all great things. I'm so proud of you and so happy for you because I could imagine like yeah, you worked for this, you earned this. I kind of relate in my own life. There's a lot of life and things I've done before these moments. So yeah, when they
Right.
come, you eat them all up. You do
Mhm.
everything you can. I love the gratitude. I'm sure the people that are congratulating you and you reach back, they're probably so geeked that you even take the
Mm.
moment to acknowledge them, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good. And even with this, I wanted to kind of continue the party and interview and chat with you guys because I do think it's important. Like, yes, the gameplay, what did you do and what happened when but who are you? Like, how did you
Yeah.
get here? What is your family life? What do you think about, how are you handling this? I think it's important for people to get to know who you are and then, just keep
No,
this whole thing
100%.
going.
Yeah. No, I've loved this. This has been nice.
Yeah, really good, really fun. We're going to be staying caught up with you. So, well, I was going to ask you if you plan on doing any more shows, which we don't know, right? Things could pop up, but
Yeah, I mean, I would 100 I 100% am open to. Obviously, I mean, I don't know how much I could spill about Netflix contracts, but um, yeah, I guess we'll just skip over that. But no, I'm very
okay.
open, and
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to get on another game show, like a Traders or like a Survivor, like the challenge would be super cool. What about you? You want to do more TV?
Yeah, of course. I think it would be
Yeah,
fun. I don't know what or like what it looks
sure.
like because I mean, I know you're a 99 baby, but baby, I graduated in 2000. So I
Yeah.
don't know what they have for us
Right.
because
No,
perfect
you
match ain't
can't
gonna
tell
work.
that.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
Yeah, Netflix puts us on blast when they put our little age next to everything. And I'm cool, but I
Mhm.
just don't know, like, it won't be perfect match, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, but I'm open. I'm,
Yeah,
just like
no,
you
I
for
mean, you
whatever
should
life
be, and I
brings.
think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the more you just do things like this and like be active on social media, and I don't know, just try to when you do see something you think would be cool that you want to be on, just try to get your foot in the door somehow. But I think you
Yeah.
crush it, and I think more opportunities will come your way if you want them to.
Yeah, I think so. I'm open to it. I'm open.
Sure.
And, we'll see how it goes. I do love that $1,000,000 secret, even after all of the stuff I've done. Because back in the day, I was in like music videos. I was in like Nelly's Hot in Her. I was in some of
Hey,
Yvonne.
hey,
Like I
let's
was that girl.
go.
Yeah. So, I used to do that type of stuff. So it's cute. It's small. It's here. It's there.
Yeah,
I love that I got to be a part of that era in
yeah,
such a way where I met so many of these artists and
hell
I did
yeah,
some work in New York and modeling. I've interviewed a lot of people in hip hop. Like I've done a ton of things, but still,
yeah. That's
$1,000,000
dope.
Secret was like the biggest thing. And I think that was the perfect thing for me. Like,
Yeah,
so I think things are going the way they need to go. I love it.
amazing.
Yeah. So I've had fun with that stuff. So there was a question that I was gonna ask you. Oh, perfect match. We didn't even talk about that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Yeah.
I I was having a wine and pizza party by myself here, and I was
Yeah,
like, you know what?
best
I'm
kind
gonna
of
watch
party.
Perfect Match. It was so fun. I was like, I'm gonna start watching Perfect Match, and that's when I hit you and you left you that voice note.
Yeah, you
I was
really
like,
don't
Nick.
you don't have to watch it if you haven't watched it already, but that's definitely a different side of me. I filmed it like a week after I filmed Million Dollar Secret. Yeah, I literally
Wow.
came back from Canada, was in Miami, haven't seen my boys in like 3 weeks, didn't have a phone, so like had an active weekend with them, and then like the Monday of the following week, I got a call from Netflix if I wanted to go to Mexico in like 4 or 5 days. So that was
Yeah.
crazy. Um, but yeah, I was just kind of having a good time with it. I don't want to get in trouble saying this because I'm grateful for it and I would go on another dating show again, but it's kind of hard for me to take it too seriously like some people do. Not to say you can't find somebody on it, and it's good that everybody has different intentions
Mhm.
going on in the show. I think is what makes it fun. But yeah, I don't know. I was just messing around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, as you should. My bestie, he's in the chat and he's like, watch it. He's the one who told me to watch it. I did fall asleep, but it was 4 o'clock in the morning, so that's a different
Yeah,
story.
no, you good.
But but
Wine and pizza
Gus's
party got
wine and
going.
pizza. I was in here lit. Like, what is Nick
Yeah.
doing? But Gus says Nick was entertaining to watch, and I believe it. So, from what I saw, it was good. And I get it, right? It's not something that defines your whole life, nor do we expect you're going to find your wife and run off into the sunset. But who knows? But, whatever.
Yeah.
It was really cool to watch you come off $1 Million Secret and then keep the party going. Like, no, I'm here, I'm doing this thing. I'm sure so many opportunities are coming just because, I mean, 2 Netflix shows in like a week, the way
Yeah.
they were advertised, that's crazy. It's amazing.
I appreciate you big time. Yeah, we're, one day at a time. We're just going with the flow here.
So what is it for you though when it comes to love? I know you're pretty young and you have an Italian background, right? And
Yeah.
family. You guys are pretty close knit. Do you want a family? Do you want to what do you see for yourself when it comes to that, either now or in the future?
Yeah, no, I 100% want a family. I mean, I grew up with cousins and siblings in New Jersey, that are all, I mean, cousins are kind of all over the place, but I at least grew up all extremely close together. And yeah, I'm very close with my family. Yeah, no, I would love to have a family, like absolutely love to be a dad. I'm not in a rush to do so. And obviously, this last couple months, I've like turned a corner on my career and just like career in entertainment, and want to focus on that. Like, I don't know if uh a serious relationship this second, like they'd be able to get all the attention they deserve. But
Mhm.
um yeah, we love love. We're open to finding somebody any day when I leave the place. I like connecting with human beings, like we kind of established. Whether that's on a romantic level or just like a personal level, or trying to see what people are trying to accomplish in this world, or like, experience is always cool to me.
Yeah, no, I love it. And you're in such a pivotal point right now. Like, you're still growing and now you're
Mhm.
learning completely new aspects of yourself and life. So yeah, like it's okay to
Yeah,
like let that develop a little bit before you bring someone else in. You got to really know yourself and you're kind of in the thick of expanding in
yeah,
that. So I could see not, wanting to tie it down tomorrow, but
right.
it's in your future.
No, for sure. Definitely want a family. Like, I want someone to take on the world with, like, that's ambitious, but also has fun too. Like, I would say ambitious, but also spontaneous.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, just kind of wants to attack the world, but have fun doing it.
I think that sounds amazing and I have no doubt that's what's going to happen. So you mentioned handling your business now. Can you share what that is or like what do you do now for business?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it touched on it in the show, because it's funny, I actually meant to comment on it earlier, but I tried to go in similar to Sydney, kind of. I was saying I work in hospitality, which I do have a past doing on more of like a weekend, like promoting for hotels and restaurants basis down in here in Miami. Like, I studied finance and I worked in for a lender for 2 years, and
Oh.
then I started my own business brokerage and was doing that for a year, where we just do commercial loans. We basically connect small businesses to lenders, different like commercial lenders.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I mean, I was doing that for a year, then took a crazy path to the dismay of my partner, and a lot of not dismay, but just maybe to the caution of friends and family, and just like went on a reality TV show for three
Hmm.
months, then went on another one for 3 months, or sorry, 3 weeks. Um, so yeah, kind of been just running with my intuition, but I still have this business. Yeah, we do commercial loans.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot more in common, even in that, because when I'm not in music videos and on $1 Million Secret, I've always
Pizza
gone,
parties.
yeah, or my private pizza parties. I'm lending, mortgage lending. It's not
Oh,
commercial,
sweet.
but on the
Yeah,
personal
yeah.
side. So I know all about, I mean, I got my real estate license when I was 19 and sold my first house.
Nice.
I was a funder, a processor, an underwriter. I mean, I did
Oh,
all
yeah,
of that
that's
stuff.
awesome. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I basically did the same thing, but
Hmm.
for businesses. So I worked at a
Okay.
lender. Yeah, there was underwriting, asset servicing. I was on sales team, and it was awesome. I like the space a lot. I mean, it's a very sharky, like salesy space, as I'm sure any
Mhm.
type of financial sales, like same with mortgages and even real estate is too. Um, which comes with its own set of problems, obviously. But yeah, I just couldn't help but look at the commission we were paying brokers too. So I got on that side of the space. There's pros and cons, like all industries, but it's going all right. I know that I always want to be entrepreneurial and like creative and build businesses. And obviously, I think in today's age, having an audience and brand or like personal brand is a great way to support that.
Yeah, and just on the networking tip too, you just never know who you're gonna come across, what they do, what they're
Exactly.
into, and even if you guys are cool, you could be cool for 3 years, then they start doing something and you're like, "Oh," like, it all just is very synergistic, it works together when it needs to, and the more
Right.
you're out there and circulating, you give yourself the opportunity to, like, hit those points, like you said, your intuition is always gonna tell you when to lean in and who to call.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, yeah, meeting people and having an open mind and like not being afraid to pick up the phone and call someone that like maybe you're not that comfortable with doing or like you don't know them that well, I think is a huge skill.
It is, and necessary. I'm telling that's how I live my life. I feel like
Yeah,
any and everything that I've gotten that was like a bigger deal in my life, it was through somebody that I knew or somebody that
right.
connected me. Even with Million Dollar Secret, I auditioned for a dating show. It never got made, and then years later I was doing an after show for Ready to Love. Some other girl was on the panel and I was just being cool. I was like, yeah girl, I'll follow you, whatever. Because if you remember, it was like there was COVID and then the writer strike. Hollywood was
Yeah,
kind of shut down, so there was nothing going
yeah,
on for a long time. And then I made the declaration because I wanted for my business, like, I'm going to get on reality TV. Wasn't thinking of it, but I met this girl and I saw the only person her and I had in common when I followed her was the casting director that hit me up for the dating show like two
yeah,
years prior. So I went over to her page and I actually saw the thing for Million Dollar Secret, but it didn't look that catchy. It didn't whatever. I saw it. I wasn't thinking anything. Whatever. 2 days later, she reached out to me like, "Hey, girl, was thinking of you." So it was like in the orbit.
yeah,
So like,
100%.
and me connecting with that other random girl led to this. So I believe in all that energy so much.
No, I do too. I literally, yeah, no, I believe in that a lot. I think like yeah, it's important. A lot of times it's like not you be like the arrow doesn't seek the target, but like if you kind of just become the target or like become what you want to attract in the world, like especially like a partner or like an opportunity or like yeah, I think that's the best way to do so. And I believe in that energy too.
It's the only way, and we touched on it earlier. You're very aware of it, like your authenticity. So
Mhm.
you can trust that the opportunities that are coming to you are for you. And even if they're not or not in that time, you'll be able to decipher that and move accordingly. Done and done.
Yep.
Done and done. We have a question in the chat. Gus says, what kind of brand business are you creating in the flow currently?
Yeah, I mean, I just touched on my business that doesn't really have anything to do with my personal brand on social media, but it's just the space I was in is commercial loans, and we do a few different type of commercial loans, but working on the brokerage end, so we basically just connect small businesses to commercial lenders that are suitable. Outside of that, I mean, I don't have a direct path with what business I want to do with like my personal brand, but right now I'm just kind of trying to run with content and like building an audience that I think connects with me or like likes what I like. And we're gonna
Hmm.
kind of try different paths and see what they connect with most or what I'm able to resonate with the most. But yeah, I just kind of want to learn out loud, I guess.
So it's like being built as we speak. Like everything that you're going through is kind of
Yeah.
cultivating this
One
thing that's going to
second.
be your brand. Is that your task rabbit?
Yeah, it is my task rabbit. So I do have to
Yeah,
maybe go
yeah,
see
we're
what's
about
good.
to wrap it up.
Yeah.
No, but that's really good. That's great. I'm so glad we got an opportunity to chat, and hopefully we can do so again in the future. Maybe kick it in person. I feel like season one, season two,
Yeah.
we need to make something
No,
happen.
100%. Let's all get together. Seriously.
Yeah, we definitely should. And do you have time for one more question? Or is
Like, is it
is
in the chat or?
just wanted to know what you're gonna do with the money.
Hey, well, money didn't get. Hey, how you
When?
doing? Yep. Can
No,
I come out in like 30 seconds? Sorry. Thank you so much. Uh,
I'm
yeah,
bugging him.
money. No, you're good. Money. We're going yachting. We're going to Vegas. No, I'm just kidding. We're
Oh, I
gonna.
was like, and I'm coming.
Nah, we'll do a little bit of it along the way, but I mean, I'm so grateful for it. But like, I don't want it just to stop at $1 million or just spend it. Like, the
Oh,
whole
for
goal is to
sure.
obviously turn that million into a whole lot more millions. Um, I want to, I mean, one, I want to help out my parents and whatnot. Just let my mom, I feel like for the last like 25 years of my life, my mom and dad, like most of their decisions have been based off my sister, like how to better my sister and I's life. So,
Oh.
I turned 27. Not that that's old, but I mean, I was 26 on the show. I just did feel like I always had this like intelligence and just like ability to be risk tolerant and like I don't know, it put a lot of pressure on me to like do all these big things, and it felt like I was a little bit behind with like giving back to my parents or just like this path that I envisioned for myself. So this has helped alleviate some of that both for them and for me. And then two, I want to keep just investing it in myself and this audience and this brand and have fun with it a little bit and like play with different experiences and record it and see what people like and try to just keep building this brand. Um, yeah, that's my plan right now. Nothing too
I
crazy.
No, it's amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Nick. You're the best. We'll keep in touch. I'm gonna let you get on about your day, but thank you so much for this, and
Yeah,
I'll
no,
talk to
thanks
you
for having
soon.
me. Yeah, you're a rock star. That was so much fun, and
You
we'll
are
definitely
too.
keep in touch.
All right, for sure. Bye.
All right, bye, Jamie.
Guys, wasn't that so much fun? Nick is so amazing. He's so smart. Things are really going up, up, and away for him. We love that he was able to take this time, and it was just fun to kind of learn a little more about him and who he is. As somebody who was on $1 Million Secret Season 1 or anybody on reality TV, I think it's important to kind of get to know the person. We see these characters, we see what people are doing, um, we see their decisions, and we get to know a little bit about their life, but to kind of understand how they think, where they're going with it, what they want to do, how they got there, what's their family dynamics. I'm really interested in that, and I think you guys are too. um Thank you so much. I love you guys so much for joining me in here. So I'm going to be doing more of these, with more of the $1 Million Secret cast. I got to talk to Casey. So if you haven't got a chance to see that, she has some awesome stories. Like, just like Nick went on Perfect Match 5 days after coming home from $1 Million Secret, Casey got married 6 days after coming home from $1 Million Secret. So there's just so many beautiful dynamics to these people's lives. I know I'll have Hunter on, Lauren G, Daisy, Kat said she'd come on. So if you're interested in just chit chatting a little more and learning about these $1 Million Secret Season 2 people, and then I throw my little tidbits in there, it's kind of fun. So thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to any $1 Million Secret fans or just fans of reality TV in general that you think would enjoy this content. And I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.